calling or invoking a method on an object is the primary way to interact with an object. Method calls are different from function calls because they involve a dot expression. Methods are invoked using dot notation, which looks like this. You write some expression, and then a dot, and then a name. The expression can be any valid Python expression. So you might write something complicated to pick what object you're looking up the method for, but then the name just has to be a simple name, like deposit, or withdraw, or append, or something like that. This expression evaluates to the value of the attribute looked up by name in the object. That's the value of the expression. So first thing, you have to evaluate this expression to get the object of the dot expression. Then you can look up the attribute name. And then you can call this method, tomaccount.deposit10. Now actually the structure of this call expression is that there is a dot expression in the operator position. The whole thing is just a regular call expression, but the dot expression gets evaluated first because it's the operator sub-expression, which gives you a method that knows it's depositing into tomaccount, and then you can pass 10 as the argument. So here on the right, I have the account class that we defined last time and some examples of how to use it. It has only 3 methods: init, deposit, and withdraw. Init is not called directly typically, but instead happens automatically whenever you create an instance of the account class, whereas deposit and withdraw are invoked using method call expressions, just like the one we looked at on the slide. If I create an account for Alan, I can, of course, deposit into it like this. And if I deposit twice, the effect is cumulative. But I said that a.deposit is itself an expression. So when we evaluate it, we find a bound method, account.deposit. What does it mean to be a bound method? That means that the self argument's already filled in. This is a method that's going to be depositing money into Alan's account. So just to see how this works, let me create a second account. And it has a balance of 0, whereas A now has a balance of 10 after my 2 deposits. If I assign the name F to a.deposit, and then I call F, I'm depositing into Alan's account, A. If I deposit twice, we see that our original balance of 10 has gone to 30, and it is in fact the balance of the A account that has increased, whereas the balance of the B account has not changed at all because we've been depositing into A. Even though this call expression didn't refer to A, it did implicitly because F is a bound method that deposits into A.